The night was loud, smoke curling through the dim lights of Rusty's Roadhouse, a bar tucked on the side of a highway. It wasn't the kind of place polite women walked into, but Mary didn't have a choice. A single mother working 2 jobs, she had stopped by to collect her younger brother, who had been drinking after a long shift. She pushed the door open, clutching her old cardigan tight, her eyes scanning for him. That's when it happened. A biker twice her size staggered into her path, reeking of whiskey. He laughed crudely and tugged at her sleeve, ripping her thin shirt as if it were nothing. The bar went silent. A woman, defenseless, stood trembling in the center of men who thought cruelty was entertainment. But then, something caught everyone's eye. On her shoulder, under the torn fabric, was a tattoo. Not a pretty flower or butterfly, no. Bold ink spelled out U.S. Marine Corps, with the eagle globe and anchor beneath it. The entire bar froze. Mary's voice didn't shake when she spoke. "Yeah, that's mine. Served 8 years. Iraq. Afghanistan. And I'll tell you something, men who disrespect women never scared me on the battlefield, and they sure don't scare me in here." The biker's grin faltered. Laughter died in throats. What had looked like an easy target was suddenly a decorated veteran, a warrior who had given her youth to protect freedoms that men like him often took for granted. And then from the back an older man stood. He wore a leather vest, but his eyes were wet. Slowly he raised his hand and saluted her. "Semper Fi," he whispered. Mary paused, then returned the salute. The room, once filled with jeers, erupted into quiet respect. Men lowered their heads. A couple of them clapped, not the mocking kind, but the steady clap of honor. The biker stepped back, his face pale, realizing he had just tried to humiliate a woman whose courage far outweighed his own. Her brother, red-faced and ashamed, stumbled forward. "Mary the First, I didn't know." Mary smiled faintly and wrapped her torn shirt back around her shoulder. "That's the thing, little brother. Most people never know the battles we carry. But respect, that costs nothing. And it can change everything." That night, she left the bar not as a victim, but as a reminder. Strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, hidden under worn fabric, revealed only when someone tests it. And for every woman, mother, or sister underestimated by the world, her story whispered something powerful. True courage is serving others, even when no one is watching, and demanding respect, not just for yourself, but for all. The whole bar learned a lesson that night. Humanity, kindness, and respect are what make someone truly strong. Not tattoos, not leather jackets, not fists. Mary walked out with her head high, the broken cardigan on her back, and an unbroken spirit that made even the toughest biker stare at the ground in shame. Never mistake simplicity for weakness. True strength lies in compassion, respect, and the battles we fight for others.